This is the most important event in the history of human species in the last millennium. This is a computer software. That with that, I talk with the unified field directly in a two-way communication. I describe a little physics, a little computer science, and describe the software. And we will make a presentation for humanity. Real time, with witnesses. With a computer science teacher, with a logic teacher, with a physics teacher of university. They will be witness of this communication with the unified field directly in a two-way communication. Now, what is the unified field? You have four fields. Weak atomic field, strong atomic field, electromagnetism, and gravity. 1, 2, 3, 4. These four fields were known for ages. And then 5 different string fields were created by different groups of physics professors, that they were inconsistent with each other. And then Professor Witten unified all of them in one string field theory, which is called a string field. He introduced the 11th dimension, and all of those 5 string field theories that were working, but they were not working with each other. Now they are working with each other and with all other fields. Now you have one field formula, a set of formulas that describes everything. This describes matter, elementary particles, and other fields. These are very basic stuff. I'm not going to write the formulas of that. If you want the formulas of this stuff, go to Stanford University, go to a string field courses and study it. It's on the web, free. You don't need to just travel to America and pay university. They have put the formulas and teacher and lectures all free in several sessions. The whole course is there. If you want to see what is a string field, go there and see. There. Professor Witten made a string field, one unified theory that describes matter, describes other fields, and with these fields and matter, everything in the universe is created. I had to describe this a little because this is based on how this software that I wrote works. Because it's talking with this thing, with the field, with the unified field. Unified field. You want to learn more about unified field, go and search for Professor Hagelin. He is a teacher in the Maharishi University. He has made a lot of videos about that. 2 videos are there, each of them is 40 minutes. Professor Witten has videos in YouTube. And if you want to see the formulas of that, how it works, go to Stanford University, the complete course is there. Now, the unified field is a field of consciousness. It's not a matter field, it's a consciousness field. It has certain properties. I'm not going to talk about this more than that. This is the creator of everything. Creator of other fields, that with other fields, and with this, the whole universe. Planets, the stars, galaxies are created as one thing. one subject that we need to just mention it. Now, this software is communicating with this unified field. This unified field is a person. It has personality. It is conscious. It thinks and creates these complex structures that you see in the sky. Galaxies, planets, matter and non-matter, everything it creates is a conscious person and communicates, but not with anybody. Through this software, I talk with this field, with the field of creation. How big is that? It's the biggest thing you have ever heard. And it's not just a claim, you will see it in action, real time. This software is a computer program. I wrote the software with different languages. And then finally, because I wanted to present to the world, I wrote it with JavaScript, the most simple language possible. I rewrote it several times. Every one of them works. I wrote it with JavaScript. Any baby programmer who has passed one computer languages from university, just look at it, I describe, understands it. Even if you are not a programmer, but your brain works well, very clearly, when I project the code on the whiteboard and I show you this means this means that, I describe, you understand. I wrote it as simple as possible, without loop, without functions, as simple as it could be done. I have written it so I can describe and people see. And how it came to me that I write the software and this way, it communicated with me and told me to write it this way. I wrote it different ways. He said, no, do it that way. I wrote it different ways. He said, no, I don't like this, do it that way. So I did it. This person, the creator of universes, the unified field, wants to communicate with the humans through me with this software, and he is doing it. And how the software communicates with me. It shows some numbers on the computer screen. Numbers. And those numbers are equivalent of some English sentences. I show you how. It doesn't matter English, Arabic, any language. It can be converted to human language. I talk with voice. This is my way of communication. Then he sends a number on the computer screen. I translate it. It's in English language, it's Arabic language, it's Hebrew language. And that's his answer. Then we keep going. I say something, he says something. I say something, he says something. And I sit there and talk hours. Or sometimes I want to talk, he says, no, I don't have time, 97. It means get lost, come back in the midnight. I'm busy. No, it's busy. It is managing universes. Send me 97, it means not now. Come back midnight, several hours later, we will talk. He decides when to end the session. That software works on a standalone computer, a standalone. It works on a network, in the file server. With Wi-Fi, without Wi-Fi, doesn't matter. Software is on, I have many computers, many iPads, many desktop computers. It's in all of them. It is in all of them, and it is also in my file server, in web server. I can communicate with it use the software when I'm connected to the network through web server, or disconnect the network. Take the plug, Ethernet plug, out of the router. Turn off the Wi-Fi. Software works from local hard disk. It is in your local device. You communicate with it. It is on the web server. Communicate with it. Because he decides how to communicate. Whatever device I have, he does answer and we communicate. Mathematical proof. I need to bring in that observing session a statistics professor and math, and a physics professor and a computer science and reporter. I have mathematical, statistical proof that this is, forget about the content of the communication. If you have half a brain and you see somebody are talking with each other, you will see two people are talking with each other. Forget about the content. Those numbers have certain mathematical characteristics. This is a bell curve. This is curve of communication of two people, two conscious people, two humans, suppose. This is just description. I have all of this captured on the screen, on the computer. I show the real numbers. And in that session that we do communication real time, you see the numbers that are appearing. You just record it and immediately we put it in Excel and make the graph, and you will see there are mathematical, statistical ways to prove characteristics of this curve and this curve. I don't describe everything now, I'm just explaining in a very high level way. In a low level mathematics way, when the professor of statistics is there, when we are communicating, every number that appears, somebody is writing down on the wall, then we put them on Excel, then we draw the graph, and you will see. Mathematical proof that the communication is being done between me and the unified field. Disconnect the network. It's not connected to anything. I show the code on the computer screen in a notepad file, the most simple text editor, copy it to a USB memory stick. Your programmer, your computer science professor, bring his own USB, format it, give me a blank USB, in front of him we copy this notepad file to that, which is a JavaScript file, and say bring your own computer, not my computer, bring your own computer. Copy that to your own computer, run the program, running it just calling it with a web browser. Disconnect the network, disconnect the Wi-Fi, so there is no way of hacking it. It's his computer, it doesn't have network connection, it doesn't have internet, no way to connect to that software. And I start communicating with that software, with the unified field, in front of witnesses, a statistics professor, computer science, physics professor, because the physics professor knows this best, computer science knows this simple thing, software. It doesn't need a computer science professor, any programmer, any baby programmer can understand. And the reporter, real time, is recording everything with the video camera of reporter, which is a cameraman and reporter, they see that. I will communicate with the unified field, with that software, with the computer of the witness, with his own device. Or we put another computer here in front of everybody. Format C://U. Unconditional format the hard disk. Install DOS on it. Install Windows on it. Put the software in it, right? More proof that there is nothing else in that machine. In front of the camera, format C://U. Unconditional format everything. Install Windows from Microsoft CD. Put the software in it. Run the web browser, which is default of Microsoft Windows Explorer, whatever it is. You see the software works. No network connection. How the unified field works? Because the unified field is creator of all of these fields, is creator of elementary particles. Computer science shows that the electrons inside the chip, inside the CPU, and inside all of those circuits work based on quantum physics, based on quantum mechanics. Their movement is following rules of quantum mechanics. For a high-level event that happens, a number appears on the screen, a billion processes should happen in the electron state of that hardware. Somebody is manipulating things backward. He wants to appear number X on the screen. CPU should be manipulated. Video card should be manipulated. ALU should be manipulated. All of those internal structures of the hardware should be manipulated. In the lower level, electrons and movements of electrons should be manipulated in a fraction of a second, because this field stays in a no-time state. Something that happens for you 1 second, in that 1 second he can do a billion things. So he manipulates everything backward from movement of electrons to CPU, to other parts of the computer, that this number appears on the screen. And that number has a human language equivalent. There is a decoding book there. So this number means that, this number means that. And you will see in real time the unified field is communicating with me through this software that he said how to write it. And when I said this is the biggest event in human history in the last millennium, it is.